For centuries, naval power was measured in guns. The bigger the battleship, the stronger the navy. Massive steel giants ruled the oceans, armed with cannons capable of firing shells over 20 miles. But in the 20th century, something changed. And after 1942, warfare at sea would never be the same again. This is the story of how the aircraft carrier replaced the battleship and changed modern warfare forever. Before World War II, battleships were symbols of national power. Nations invested enormous resources into floating fortresses. Ships like HMS Dreadnought revolutionized naval design in the early 1900s. By the 1930s, the dominant belief was simple. Whoever controlled the biggest guns controlled the sea. Aircraft carriers existed, but many commanders still saw them as support vessels, scouts, recon platforms, auxiliary units. Few believed they would dominate naval combat. That belief would not survive World War II. The first major shock came in December 1941. At Pearl Harbor, attack on Pearl Harbor, Japanese aircraft launched from carriers struck the U.S. Pacific Fleet. Battleships were destroyed or crippled, not by naval gunfire, but by planes. The attackers never even saw their targets directly. Distance no longer protected fleets. Air power had extended the reach of naval warfare beyond the horizon. Still, some believed battleships would remain decisive. That illusion collapsed 6 months later. In June 1942, at the Battle of Midway, the future became clear. Battle of Midway, American and Japanese fleets never directly engaged each other with surface guns. Instead, aircraft launched from carriers searched for enemy ships hundreds of miles away. When contact was made, dive bombers attacked. Within hours, 4 Japanese aircraft carriers were destroyed. The battle was decided entirely by air power. The most powerful ships in the world were sunk without firing their main guns at the enemy fleet. Naval warfare had fundamentally changed. The center of power was no longer the battleship. It was the flight deck. Aircraft carriers introduced 3 revolutionary advantages. First, range. Battleships could fire roughly 20 miles. Carrier-based aircraft could strike targets hundreds of miles away. Second, flexibility. A carrier could launch fighters, bombers, reconnaissance planes, adapting to different missions in real time. Third, mobility. Air power could be moved across oceans without relying on land bases. This made carriers ideal for the vast distances of the Pacific, and it redefined naval strategy worldwide. After World War II, the lesson was undeniable. Battleships faded from relevance. Aircraft carriers became the centerpiece of major naval powers. The United States, in particular, built fleets centered around carrier strike groups, floating air bases capable of projecting power anywhere on Earth. From Korea to Vietnam, from the Cold War to modern conflicts, carriers remained dominant. Even in the age of missiles and nuclear weapons, they adapted. Jets replaced propeller planes. Guided weapons replaced unguided bombs. But the core idea remained the same. Control the skies above the sea, and you control the sea itself. The rise of the aircraft carrier was not just a technological shift. It was a strategic revolution. It changed how wars were fought. It reshaped military budgets. It transformed global power projection, and it proved something fundamental. In modern warfare, distance is no longer protection. The horizon is no longer a boundary. When aircraft carriers took over the oceans, they changed warfare forever.